Hey guys, today we're going to talk about evidence-based treatments, what they are and what they aren't. Stay tuned. So one of the things that we hear about so much in autism treatment is evidence-based therapies. Is this treatment evidence-based or is it not evidence-based? And a lot of people are just confused and say, well, what is evidence-based? Evidence-based means that a procedure or a treatment can be done and replicated with the same results by more than just one person. So a lot of times in autism we hear about, oh, you've got to go see this person, she's magic, she can work with your child, she'll make your child talk, do this, this, and this, and this. But there's nothing that she can teach other people to do. It's just some kind of magic in her. So if you come across something like that, you should be really kind of skeptical, because anything that's scientific, you can prove it, and not just one person can prove it. A lot of people can prove it. So when something is written up in the literature about being evidence-based, basically somebody is saying, I have this procedure, I think it's evidence-based, I've done all the studies, here is all my search, all my studies that show that it's evidence-based, and then it goes into a peer-reviewed journal. Meaning now other people, their peers or other doctors and researchers in the field, they can take the same procedure, follow the same guidelines, and get the same results. So if somebody says, I've come up with a great autism treatment, and here it is, blah, 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 and oh my gosh, 80%, I can cure 80% of kids with autism, but nobody else can replicate it, it would not be considered evidence-based because nobody else can replicate it. So when you're looking for treatments for your child with autism, or really any type of, brain surgery, any type of medication, you really want to go look and say, what's the evidence behind it? What is it that says that this really works and is not just some kind of snake oil or something that just one person can do? Just for an example, there is a good size treatment being used right now for children with autism, and I'm not going to say what it is, but a person kind of developed it, and you have to go to his workshops to learn how to do it, and then you get certified how to do it, and he's probably made $10 million are the estimates. But when it's put out there to research it, the researchers cannot get the same results that he's getting, meaning that's not evidence-based, and he's making a lot of money off this. So he's kind of selling a product. And when you look at science, science isn't really selling a product. It's something that everybody should be able to do. You should be able to, read it. You might have to go and learn how to take the courses, or how to do the procedure, but it shouldn't be that you have to just go to this one person, pay a lot of money, and he'll certify you to do it, and then you know how to do it. Well, sure, then you might know how to take a picture. You might have just gone through a photography class. But it doesn't mean that you're doing evidence-based photography, that everybody who takes this course can actually replicate it and be a good photographer. Does that make sense? So that's what I want you to take away. So when you're looking for treatment for your child, you want to make sure that it's evidence-based. And evidence-based is also not getting on YouTube or Google and hearing people say, oh my gosh, my child took this thing and it made him so much better, and within a week he was talking. And we see that a lot in lots of treatments. But when somebody has an ailment or something, of course we want the quickest, easiest way to be done with it. And so it's always great to go and listen, like, well, it worked for her child, why won't it work for my child? But a lot of times what we don't know is why this person might be saying, oh, my child took this new magic medication and made his autism so much better. We also don't know that maybe he's been in ABA therapy, he's been seeing a speech therapist, he's been going to school, that he's been doing all these other things along with it. So you have to be really careful about those things too. It's really, it's like a commercial. Like, how many times in the middle of the night have we bought a product that we are so excited about, And then when it comes, we're like, why did I buy this? I bought it because somebody on TV was like, this is so great. How could you ever live without this magic pan? And how could you have cooked before? This magic pan that doesn't stick is going to save your life and save all your troubles, and cooking is going to be carefree. It's kind of like that. So it's really easy and enticing to hop on YouTube or Google and hear all these people talking about some new form of treatment, but that is just anecdotal instead of evidence-based. So just really be careful. So if you hear a parent talk about, my child did this, it worked great, you really need to dig a little bit deeper and say, okay, well, why did it work great? Is there evidence behind it? Is there research behind it? Is there, peer-reviewed journals backing it up, that not just this person can do it, but anybody can be trained to do it? So to help you with some of those findings, I want to give you a couple websites. The first one that I've talked about quite a bit before on this channel is the Association for Science and Autism Treatment. So it's asatonline.org. You can go in there and put in like any type of therapy or treatment, and they will basically break it down for you. And it's all, everybody on their board of directors are PhDs, very, very smart people, and they'll say, yes, there's a lot of good evidence behind this, it works, you should try it, or like, no, you really shouldn't try this, and we think it's a fad treatment, spend your money elsewhere, here's what's wrong with it. And that will really give you a good place to start. Another one is the National Standards Project, and that was 36 of the most commonly prescribed autism treatments that were being prescribed to parents by people in the autism field, psychologists, teachers, speech therapists, occupational therapists, applied behavior analysts. And what they did is they took these 36 top prescribed treatments and they actually broke them down and found that some of them are great or evidence-based or work. Some of them are emerging, meaning, there might be something behind them, more research is necessary. And then another group was like, this doesn't work at all, and sometimes this treatment is downright harmful to your child, do not do it. So those were two of the places that I really always tell parents, if they have any questions, to go and look at. I look at it all the time because I'll hear like, did Mary, have you heard about this therapy? Have you heard about this therapy? It's like, no, I haven't heard about it. I'll go look at ASAT online and just to try to find out, what is it? What's it about? Where is it coming from? Is it up and coming? Is it something I should pay attention to? Or is it just, a fad that's just going to blow away? So as a parent of a child with a disability, I think one of the important things that you have to remember is that you only have so many resources. And by resources, I mean time and dollars. And so you can't just chase everything. You have to really pick what works, because your child only has so much time to spend in therapy and treatment, and you only have so many dollars in your pocket to either pay for the insurance premium or just, to take time off of work or to get them there or pay the co-pays, whatever. So you really need to be careful and use your resources wisely. So I hope this helped you out. If you have any questions or comments, please post them below. I'd love to hear more about your thoughts, and please follow, share, like Life with a Side of Autism, and I'll see you next time.